Section 5.2, second page. Adding rational expressions. So to add when denominators are the same, add the numerators and keep the denominator. So a over c plus b over c, the common denominator is c. You add the a and the b together and place them over the denominator of c. A over c minus b over c is a minus b over c. And of course c can't be 0. Then factor and simplify if possible. Let's do some example problems, compute and simplify. So in these example problems we'll have a common denominator. It's an ugly denominator, but it's common. They both have x plus 4 as the denominator. So since the denominators are the same, we add the numerators and keep the denominator. Then we stop. We are through. There is nothing that can be canceled because x is a term, 6 is a term. Those are terms separated by addition, subtraction from the rest of the problem. These have a common denominator. So we add the numerators and keep the denominator. Oh, our numerator is x minus 3. What about that denominator? Can it be factored? And then we have a common factor of x minus 3. So our final answer, we have to have something in the numerator. It's 1 over x plus 3. Common denominator, so close. It's almost 3x minus 5, but that one's 5 minus 3x. What do we do when the factors seem to be opposites? We factor out a negative. So let's make this 2x plus 7 over 3x minus 5 plus 4 plus 3x over, let's factor out a negative 1. That'll give us negative 5 plus 3x, which is the same thing as 3x minus 5. So it's 2x plus 7 over 3x minus 5. And this minus here, I'm going to change it to subtraction. Now we have the common denominator, so we simply subtract the numerators. Be very careful with the numerator here. It'll make it minus 4x, and then minus 3x over 3x minus 5. So that gives us 3 minus x over 3x minus 5. Is that it? Are we finished? We're finished. Stop right there. What happens when you have rational expressions with different denominators? To add rational expressions with different denominators, find the least common multiple of the denominators. This is the least common denominator. Convert each of the expressions to an equivalent fraction with this least common denominator. Add the numerators, write the result over the least common denominator, and simplify if possible. Let's do some example problems. We need to find the least common multiple of these denominators, so we need to factor them. So we have 5 over x plus 1, x minus 1, plus 3 over, can you factor this? So our least common multiple, it needs a factor of x plus 1 because there's one here. It needs a factor of x minus 1 because there's one here and here. And it needs a factor of x. So that will be our least common denominator. Now looking at these two fractions, this first fraction, the denominator is missing an x. So we're going to multiply numerator and denominator by x. This denominator over here on the right is missing a factor of x plus 1. So we have to multiply numerator and denominator by x plus 1. Now both fractions have our least common denominator of x times x plus 1 times x minus 1. And we just have to add the numerators. X times 5 is 5x plus, multiply 3 by x plus 1 using distributive, you get 3x plus 3. So our final answer is going to be 8x plus 3 over x times x plus 1 times x minus 1. You should see if you can factor that numerator and simplify, but you can't, so that's it. Let's look at another example. Our least common multiple needs a factor of x minus 7 because it's there. It also needs a factor of x plus 7 because it's there. So our least common multiple of our denominators, our least common denominator, same thing, is x minus 7 times x plus 7. So this denominator is missing an x plus 7. But you can't just multiply the denominator by it. You have to also multiply the numerator by it. This denominator is missing x minus 7. So let's multiply numerator and denominator by x minus 7. We're not changing the value of the fraction, we're changing how it looks. So we multiply through our numerators. We have 9x plus 63 plus 3x minus 21 over x plus 7, x minus 7. Doesn't matter in what order you write that, x plus 7 and the x minus 7. So our numerator becomes 12x plus 42 over x plus 7, x minus 7. Are we through? Well, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Can you factor that numerator, 12 and 42? What's the largest number that they're both evenly divisible by? The greatest common factor is a 6. If you factor out the 6, you will have 2x plus 7. Nope, there's no cancellation here. We're through. So either answer is fine. This one or this one. Either answer is acceptable. One more example. Boy, this one looks messy, doesn't it? You know what? I am lazy, so I am going to factor just beneath the denominator. I don't know, it saves a little room. So this denominator factors, and this one factors. Can you factor both of them? Can you factor this one? So our least common multiple, or our least common denominator, will need a factor of y plus 4, because there's one here and there's one here. It will need a factor of y plus 5, because there's one here And it needs a factor of y plus 3 because there's 1 here. So this first fraction has a y plus 4 in the denominator. It has a y plus 5. It is missing a y plus 3. So let's multiply numerator and denominator by y plus 3. We're going to have to FOIL that to multiply those out. Our second fraction has y plus 3. It has y plus 4. It doesn't have y plus 5. So we're going to have to multiply numerator and denominator by y plus 5. And once again, we have to FOIL out the numerator. So our denominator, our least common denominator, is y plus 4, y plus 5, y plus 3. And it doesn't matter in what order you write those. So our numerator is FOILing this first numerator. We want to FOIL that, and we will get y squared. Outside plus 1y plus 3y is plus 4y plus 3. We are adding, so now we want to FOIL our second numerator, and we will get y squared plus 5y minus 2y is plus 3y minus 10. We need to combine the like terms in the numerator. 2y squared plus 7y minus 7 over y plus 4, y plus 5, y plus 3. I really am interested in whether or not I can factor that numerator. I'm going to take a moment and think about that. Can I factor the numerator, perhaps, and get a common factor that I could cancel out with the denominator? I don't think so. I don't think it can be simplified. So that's where we stop. That's the end of this page. Let's, if you need to finish up this section, move on to the next page. I think that'll be 5.2C.